Yeah, where we did last time we did the text, the exterior dimensioning. We also did drag the elevations over here and such. So in this video, I just wanted to do the sectioning of this design. So in order to come up with a section, I go back to the viewpoint, come and click on this viewpoint tab, and then you have the section tool over here, you have the elevation tool. But I want to use the section tool, so I'm going to just double click it like that. Once I double click it like that, I can come and set and alter the settings of the section. I can decide even to change its name, its reference ID. This one they are referring to it as section S01. Can you decide to refer to it as section XX? Just press caps, then just the word X, and then press OK. Let me just go ahead and just cut the section. So I want this to cut this section from this point over here. I want it to run all the way to the end of this. So I'm just going to just cut it like this. So I just left click on the plan and then just drag all the way to where I want this section to cover. And also make sure you are able to maintain a straight line. And I want my viewpoint to be of this side like that. So and then I can open, just hold on to the shift button, then select the section, then right click and then open with current view settings. Or I can go to open with section in new tab. I can go to open with current view settings. So yeah, basically this is our section. As you can see, this side is the bedroom, the lodge over there, and I need to I'm going to do this as the wording like that. I can decide to use let me cut this section differently. I want this viewpoint to be of this other side. Let me just undo this. So section 2, I can just reference it, the ID to be section XX again. Okay, and then just cut this from maybe this side, from this point, and then just get to cut it to this point, and then have it like that. So hold the shift button, select your section, then right click, and then can go to open section in new tab. So yeah, this is our typical section right over here. So you have this one, and I'm trying to decide on which side of the section I want to use, either this one or the previous one that we had. And I've come to the term starter. Let me just use my previous section, the one that I had cut before. Let me just use a similar the one we had previously. So basically on your section, you should try to come up with a section that at least it's able to cover majority of the details of your plan. So that's what I was trying to achieve at the moment. So I can just go ahead and cut the section again, and then just this time, yeah, the side like that. Just hold on the shift button, select a section, right click, and then open section in new tab. So this is our section over here that we need to edit. So I need to do a truss over here like that. I need to do that truss. I also need to do the footings over here. So we can start just by doing the footing. So in order to come up with the footing, I'm going to use the document tool, go back to the line tool, and I'm selecting my line to be black one, and then from there I just come and draw the footing. So I come to where the color is starting to this end. So I'm just drawing these wall footings, and then remember on the section I'm going to indicate the height of the foundation to be determined at site. So we don't specifically know the height of our footing. So we're just using an arbitrary value. I can decide to work with maybe 1000. Enter, and then the footing. For the footing, it's measures at dimension of 600 millimeters by 200 millimeters. So I also need just to drag this point. Once I achieve the angle of 90 degrees, I just key in the value of 200. Enter, and then downward I also go another 200, and then the other side another 600 now, and then back to 200, something like that, and then back like that, and then back to a starting point. So you have that as our footing right over there. Right over there. I can decide to do away with this. So I have that footing over there. I should also have another footing right over here. I need to change some things over here. I need to get rid of this line. So that you have that footing coming all the way. This whole footing coming all the way from the top. So I can go ahead and suspend the groups so that I can be able to select this whole element and just drag a copy, Control D plus, and then just drag a similar copy to the end of this right over there, but I still need to drag it. So Shift Control D, and then just zoom in so that you're able to drag it to that point, something like that. And then you can decide to use a filling tool on these footings. You can decide to use something like maybe light concrete or such. Just press OK, then just go ahead, and you can even decide to use the magic wand over here. Just go ahead and fill that. Still use the magic wand. Just go ahead and fill that. So once I've done that, I can also decide to do for the hardcore, be able to indicate the hardcore. I'll just go back to my fill tool right over here, then go to stonework. Let me see. I'm not so sure if it was stonework 13 or stonework 12. Let me see. Let me talk past with stonework 12. I'm not so sure if it was stonework 13 or stonework 12. You can have it as such. Yeah, you can have it stonework 12. I need to edit this. We should have come to that point. So that this fill tool indicates, it just basically indicates the hardcore. Just need to move this nodes. So I'll just go and select this node tool so that I'm able to drag the nodes instead. And then this other node right over there. So you have something like that. It's just going to indicate the details of the footing and such. The next thing I want to do the truss right over here. My truss will start from somewhere like there. I'm going to have my wall plate or such. I can just go ahead and draw this right over here, and then just go ahead and draw this right over here, and then back to here at a certain point, something like that, and then right at the middle, right over there, and then I can decide to use sensor. Also can decide to use an arbitrarily fixed values for the sizes of the trusses right now, because we only just need to do a sketch of the truss, because we are going to give the fine details on terms of the size of the rafters, the purlins that should be used, the roofing size and such. So basically what I'm doing is that I'm just coming up with a sketch of a typical truss that will be used while doing the roofing of this house. So next thing I want to do, I want to take this and then Control D, drag this side at a distance of 50, enter, then Control D, D plus, and then drag it to the opposite side, maintaining an angle of 120 at a distance of 100. Press enter. So yeah, you can set it as such. I just need to do the editing of this. Just select the lines and then just the nodes. Holding the shift button, you select your line and then just drag the node to that point and then up to that point. So you have to select that for my truss. So I can take it to the line. So this is normally referred to as the king post. For the king post, you can use wood of size maybe 3 by 2 inches and such. So I want to orient this at an angle of 45, and then I'm going to and then just drop this up to that point where we had this line. So yeah, you should be very careful, especially this line with the line work. So I'm going to do this and then do a distance of 100, enter, then just draw a typical, just drawing a typical truss. So just go ahead and drop another right over there, and then I just need to edit this, drag this to this point right over there. So yeah, that one is that. Next I need to do another one from this point, another at an angle of 45. Just drop this right over there, and then from this point also drag another distance of 100, and then just like that, and then drag it. The other method you can use let me just undo this. The other method that you can use for drawing these lines, an easier method, you can maybe decide to offset these lines. So you have that as that, and then holding the shift button and then just drag this up to that point. So yeah, that's also that's my typical truss. Okay, so the next thing that I can do, I can just mirror this. Just hold onto the shift button, and I need to mirror these lines to this other side. So that, like that. Just select your lines, you hold into the shift button, and just left clicking with your mouse, and then right click, move, you go to mirror a copy. So once you mirror a copy, come to the midpoint where you want this mirroring to start, and then just mirror that copy right over there. So you have something like that. Also, should have done another line over here. Okay, yeah, I can just work with this as my typical truss. Though I need to do another line over here. We have that as our typical truss. I can decide to use the fill tool right over here. can decide to fill this with a texture of wood, so you can come to it maybe 90 or wood 00. Press OK. That you can do the fill of just this. Okay, instead of the geometry for a rectangle, you can use for a polygonal. So so it's something like that, something typical like that. For another, should have just used the G-command instead. So I have something like that. Should have used the magic command instead. Just command. But let me just mirror this texture to this other side. So hold on to the shift button. Select the fill tools. And then right click, come to move, mirror copy, just come to the center of it all, and just mirror like that. So you have something like that for a typical truss. The other thing that I need to indicate where I need to do the editings of this part, so I'll just go right click, go to the section settings, and then come to the general. Then instead of auto rebuild, you can use a drawing, then press OK. So once I have something like that, the next thing I need to do is this. Hold on to this area and set the visual mode, because these are not part, these parts have not been cut by the section, as you can see. Can try to do so once you have gone to the section setting, basically I'll just go ahead and select maybe this wall. Once I've selected my wall, just go to this airspace and then I can do a running bond on it for it. So running bond, on my running bond I can decide let me use the very first one, running bond, and then this one is for the line. I can decide to use black on that, and then for this airspace I can decide to do something like a gray something on it. Maybe you can use let's just use 61. Let's just use 61 on it. So back to the section like that. Also this I have this other fill tool over here that you can do the same for it. Do the running bond and then text number 1 and 61, so that you have something like that. Because remember, these are these parts of the section that have not been cut by the section. So we have this fill tool over here. You go to running bond and then you can use 61 and 1 and 61, so that you are able to come up with that one right over there. For the roofing also we need to do the same for this roof. So we go to the airspace. So for this type of roofing, I just go and you just need to go ahead and select a similar type of roofing. You can decide to do something like roof 1, fence 1, yeah, something like that. So this is my typical section. You just need to add some notes by here on this section. So I can go ahead and do this, the roof pitch. So I'll just go to the text tool, and then I come and double click somewhere over here, and then go ahead and say I label it as this time I want to use a font of 2. So these are the roof notes. Font size 2. Just same set the roof notes. So under this roof notes, I can also decide to underline this. And then from right here, I can write now the text that I want using that front select. Okay, also I needed to indicate the roofing angle right up here. So I should have gone ahead so that it's 30. In order to include the degrees, just come to this one, insert symbol. If you're looking for the degree symbol, it should be right over this one. Select, then just copy it. So once you have copied it, just come here and just paste it. Then paste this, so that's 30 degrees roofing angle. Put this maybe in brackets. So that's 30 degrees. And then the next thing we can now do is get maybe the size of the purlins, the size of the rafters. So we're going to use roofing nuts, roofing sheets. So you go ahead and say roofing sheets on 25 by 50 millimeters purlins. You can just use caps purlins, then press enter. Purlins, and then just go back. Purlins on 100 by 50. 100 by 50 millimeters rafters, and then you can have the truss beam, that is the tie beam. And have 100 by 75 tie beam, and then you can have a chipboard ceiling, the one that I told you from doing the blendering. So chipboard that I told you, it's basically you can use a wood of sizes 2x2 or 3x2. So chipboard ceiling on 50 by 150 by 75, 5 timber. You can do also brandering. So, brandering on 100 times 75 millimeters plate. Then you can have a 250. Yeah, you do recall that we did place a fisher board of 250 millimeters. So 250, 225 millimeters by 50 millimeters by 50 millimeters fascia board. Fascia board. Then painted to approval. So for most fascia boards, they're usually white. Basically, what you do is that you use glossy white to paint the fascia board. Yeah, it actually gets to improve in the appearance of your roof. Painted to approval. So you can say basically this is our roofing notes. Just need to drag it close to this. And then once I've got to start, and this you can just now drag it, Control D, and then just drag it close to that right over there. You just need to use a line tool over here to indicate that these details are for the roof. And then just use an arrowhead at the start. You can just also drag this. And try to drag it. So that. And just drag this. And do something like that. So let's. And so maybe the next thing I can do is indicate the substructure notes. So I can come ahead and say, and give this also a subtitle over here. So this document too, just come here and say this is the substructure. I can decide to use a font of size 2. I'm using a font size 2, and then just go ahead and say these are the substructure notes. And enter. So on the substructure notes, just click it again, can underline it. That I can start by saying well completed approved. So just go ahead and say that for this one, well compacted. Approved. Level light. We compacted article levelized to standard. download into there. Two layers, 100 millimeter each, and then you can also need to put this as the DPM. So we have 500 G stroke 100 millimeter polythene DPM. DPM basically stands for damp proof membrane, damp proof membrane. It's usually black in color. It's like a polythene, just a polythene paper, but it's black. And then you have approved. It's usually placed on when you're doing your house to prevent the capillarity action of soil. So you don't want water to be from the ground coming back to your house. So zero capillary action. So that's why you have the DPM over there. Then you have approved Thermidor. Approved Thermidor, or you can use other termite. And the termite control chemical. To the backfill. Then you have we should also have the BRC, the British Reinforcing Concrete. So BRC PRC mesh A 142. Then we have a top of blendering over here, I think 50 millimeters. Approved fine material. Vertical surface. Receive concrete. So basically what you're saying is an 50 millimeters approved material to hardcore surface to receive concrete, so that you don't have a concrete penetrating into the hardcores and such. So you should have a fine layer over there to the concrete. Let's press OK. Yeah, so we have this as our those are our substructure nodes. Also need to indicate the size of this footing. So I can do I need another text over here, and you're saying 600 by 200 millimeters, stripped from foundation footing. Then say depth to determine that site. To be determined at site. You can work with the align tool somewhere over here. Just let me just indicate this arrow. Okay, this one. Just that like that. Here, this is my section. So that's my typical section. Let me see. How much time do I have? Yeah, so guys, let me stop right there. But I still need to do some detailing over here. I can go back to the document tool, the dimensioning tool, and I need to indicate this height. And press OK. And just indicate that. But then just need to change it. You can vary its height to a size of 1.5 for the dimension. So yeah, so that's you can remember I did do a ring beam of 200, but just change this value and give in 200 that ring beam. Also need to indicate maybe the size of this of my slab. Okay, just make right over there 150 and just change this back to 1.5. 1.5 like that. So I can indicate also that we have this as from here the standard height up to where we have the roof. Let's press OK. Just to indicate that this should be typically 2500. So I'll just edit this value to key into this value. So yeah, that's what we have. And basically guys, I think this kind of part is the end of my video. In this section I just need to indicate maybe that this is the dining, the kitchen, and right over here is where we have where we had cut the section on this video. So here this has this empty the opening, we have this door to the entrance and such, and where we had cut in the first section. But yeah, basically that's our typical section. And yeah, you can just go back next on my video. I'm just going to do how you get to plot all this on our blueprint as I go ahead and edit my elevations. Yeah, so that's it guys. Thank you for watching.